Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, you already know what this is. This is my TBR jar. And let me just tell you, she has been sitting unused on my bookshelf for months. I can't even remember the last time that I chose a monthly TBR. It was either February or March. So it has been months and I am so ready to get back to having a monthly TBR. When I took my little YouTube break because of work being really full, really busy, I stopped choosing a monthly TBR and I have just been kind of mood reading my heart out this year. Anything that I feel like picking off the cart, I just go and I choose it. Anything that comes available on Libby, I'll just go and read that. And I'm kind of just like following the whims. And while that's been fun, I'm a type A girly at heart. I love a routine. I love a concrete goal. I mean, hello, look what I do for a living. I have missed having a monthly TBR to work toward each month, and I'm so excited to be sitting here to choose a June TBR with y'all, and I'm challenging myself to read the entire thing. And to be realistic, I'm gonna choose 6 prompts out of this TBR jar, and we're gonna choose 6 books out of this shelf. So if you've never seen one of these videos before, I'm sure you have, but just in case, choose a prompt out of the jar, and based on what the prompt says, I choose a book off the shelf that goes along with the prompt. And then the 6 books that I end up choosing based on the 6 prompts becomes my June TBR. So I have been reading between 6 and 8 books a month. And so I'm gonna choose on the lower end. I'm gonna choose 6, and hopefully that sets me up for success. Hopefully that sets me up to read my entire June TBR. And you might be looking at these and just wondering like, what the heck are those? Let me tell you. So if you watched my TBR jar videos before, I usually put sticky notes with handwritten book titles on them on my TBR cart. These represent books that I have pre-ordered that will be here in time for me to read for the month that I'm choosing my TBR for. So in this case, June. These 4 books I have pre-ordered and they will be here in time for me to read them as a part of my June TBR if they get chosen. So I decided to take it up a notch, to be a little bit extra. And so I printed all of the books, and not only did I print pictures of the books and put their release dates, I laminated them. I was an SLPA in the schools, and if you've been here since the social speechy days, I love you so much. You can't take that out of somebody. I might not work in the schools anymore, but your girl still loves to laminate, okay? So any chance I get, I'm like, let's do it. So the 4 books that are on my overflowing TBR cart, you guys, there are books on the back. Let's see, how many are there on the back? 1, 2, 3, 4, oh my gosh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 13 books that you can't even see, plus these 4 that aren't even here yet. So my TBR cart, she's getting a little out of control, but that's why we're here. We're here to choose a TBR to help me actively clear this TBR cart, okay? So let's chat about the 4 books that are coming out in time to potentially be a part of my June TBR. So the first one is It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan, and that is coming out on May 27th. She's one of my favorite authors, quickly becoming. I've only read 2 of her books and I loved both of them. And I could not be more excited for this book to come out. I have no clue, no idea what it's about. It comes out on my grandma's birthday, and if you've been here for a minute, you might remember that I lost my grandma back in November. She was my best friend in the whole world. So I think this is gonna be really special to have something to look forward to on her birthday. Then on the same day, we have Releasing 10, which is book number 6, which is wild, in the Boys of Tommen series. It also comes out on May 27th. And then June 3rd, I am screaming. I am so excited for this. I did not get a new Taylor Jenkins Reid book last year, so I have been on the edge of my seat waiting for her next release. So Atmosphere comes out on June 3rd, and I know that I'm gonna read that one because it's actually my book club pick for the month of June, but I decided to put it on here anyway because if it fits a prompt, you better believe I'm choosing it because work smarter, not harder, all right? And then the last one, this one I debated putting on here because it does come out toward the end of June, but it could be my last or second to last read in June, which is Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and it comes out on June 17th. And she is also one of my favorite authors. So quite a few books that I am very excited about are coming out in the month of May, but that's enough chatting. Let's get to choosing the prompts. I feel like because I haven't been in this jar in a while, they're all just like sitting at the bottom. Like I said at the beginning, we're gonna choose 6 prompts because I feel like that is just very doable and I'm trying to set myself up for success. So the first one, my least favorite prompt, a classic. I have 4 classics and they're all on the back. Dang, what are the odds that this is the first one that I choose? So the 4 classics that I have to choose from, I have Emma, which I love the editions that I have of the classics, but I'm not really in the mood for a classic. I like reading classics in the fall and winter, not really spring and summer. So this isn't really the vibe, but it's okay. Little Women, which I get asked where I got these copies. I got them on Amazon. It's Puffin in Bloom is like what you would type in on Amazon. I have Sense and Sensibility, and then the last one is Pride and Prejudice. And yeah, those are all the classics that I have. So right away, I'm kind of drawn to either Emma or Pride and Prejudice. I've never read either of these. I didn't really read a lot of classics in high school. I don't know if it was just the school I went to or I just didn't do the assignments, maybe both. But I think I'm gonna go with Pride and Prejudice because it's the shortest one. Don't judge me, okay? So I know I was supposed to read this in 10th grade, but I did not read it. I read the Cliff Notes, so I have a general idea of what it's about. So hopefully we're gonna read Pride and Prejudice in the month of June. So at least I'll be able to put this pretty book up on my shelf because I only put read books on my shelf. So this is book number 1 of our June TBR. I'm not super excited about how we're starting things off, but you know what? It can only go up from here. It can only go up from here. And who knows, maybe this will be my favorite book I've ever read, so I could be pleasantly surprised. Next up, I just like to use my brain a lot in the summer when I'm reading. I like fluffy reads, and so a classic just doesn't feel like the vibe. But you know what? Maybe it'll be good for me. Okay, next prompt. A book that makes you feel nostalgic. Okay. I like this. So it makes me think, when I think of nostalgic, I think of like Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Divergent, like those kinds of books. I don't think I have any like of those style of books on my shelf. Fearless maybe, because I feel like this kind of reminds me of all those books that I read growing up. So I think that might have to be the one that I choose, actually. The more that I'm looking at this, romance doesn't really make me feel nostalgic. Really, when I think of nostalgia, I think of reading those books as a kid. So I think that that is what we're gonna go with, is Fearless by Lauren Roberts, which, can I even get this out? Please hold. Okay, I got it. That was a fight, but got it out. So I don't even remember what I was saying, but this one makes me feel nostalgic because as I was reading the first one, Powerless, a couple years ago, I was like, oh yeah, this is like reminiscent of Hunger Games a little bit. I feel like there's really no other possible option. So I feel like both of the first 2 prompts were just so fast because I feel like I didn't have much to choose from. So in the next 4 prompts, I have like a little bit more wiggle room. You know what I mean? So I guess we're gonna finally be finishing up the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts. To be honest, I haven't been super excited to read this. That's why it's been sitting on my TBR cart, because the first one, I really enjoyed it when I read it, but I think if I read it now, I wouldn't be as into it. And the second one that came out last year, I didn't really like it at all, to be honest. So this one is very long, first of all, and I just haven't been that excited about it, but I am excited to complete a trilogy. That will feel very, very nice. So we are adding Fearless by Lauren Roberts to the June TBR. I'm not very excited about our TBR yet, you guys, but we still have 4 more books to choose from. So don't do me dirty, TBR jar. Let's see. Next up, we have a book with a 1-word title. Okay, so hopefully I have some options here. So far, no. 1-word title. Oh no, Quicksilver? Is that gonna be my only option? A thick fantasy book? Oh, this one, Babel? Is it Babel? Or yeah, I think that's how you say it. Man, none of these books are books that I really want to read in the summer, which is really bumming me out. Okay, I think those are my only 2 options. Let me check the back. Y'all don't even know what's on the back. I could read Emma, but I am not going to read 2 classics in 1 month. I am not doing that to myself. Okay, so, oh, Atmosphere. Is that cheating because it's my book club pick? I don't think it's cheating because this is my video, so I get to make the rules. I'm doing it. I'm going with Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm so glad I did not overlook that because even though I add these, sometimes I forget that they're here. So we are for sure going with Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors. Top 5 for sure, maybe top 3. And I have been so excited to read this book. All I know is that it has to do with outer space. That's literally the only thing that I know, but I don't need to know anything. I will read anything that she writes. So we are adding this to the TBR, and I really just hope you don't think I'm a cheater for choosing this, even though like I absolutely have to read it because it's my book club pick. But like I said, I feel like it's working smarter, not harder. I'm excited to have that on my TBR because I need a book on there that I'm excited about. You know what I'm saying? Okay, book number 4, the prompt is a book with multiple POVs. Okay, so for some reason, I feel like this is gonna be a romance, and honestly, we don't have any romance on here, and we need a fluffy romance. It's summer, like, come on. So let me see if I can find, oh, what about Catherine Center's new book that just came out? This would be perfect to read in the summer, I feel like. Please tell me it's multiple POV, please. It's The Love Haters. It actually came out yesterday. I don't think it's multiple POV, which is very, very sad. Yeah, it's not. Okay. Anyways, maybe I can choose that for a different prompt because now I really want this to be on my June TBR. Okay, let's see. What about a Hannah Bonham Young book? I wouldn't be upset having this on there. Let's see. No. Let's check her other one just so that we know for sure. I'm actually about to get this one on Libby, so that would actually work out. No. Ugh, okay. What about Lucy Score's new book, Story of My Life? Let's see. Okay, this one has multiple POVs. So we are gonna go with this one. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's on Kindle Unlimited, which I love reading on my Kindle so much more. As a toddler mom, it's just way more convenient. So we are gonna be reading Lucy Score's new release, Story of My Life. I said this in my last video, the book haul that I did, that what I've read about this one, people have said that it's like Schitt's Creek and Gilmore Girls blended together. Say less. Say less. Like 2 of my favorite shows. So I really don't know anything about this except that, and I haven't heard anything about this. So I feel like it's perfect to read in the summer though. I read the Knock 'Em Out series when I was pregnant a couple of years ago in the summer, and I just remember lounging in our blow up pool in the backyard, like my big old pregnant belly, and just like floating in there and reading Lucy Score. So I feel like this is meant to be read in the summer. So now instead of me floating in the pool by myself with my big old belly, I'll be floating in the pool with my 2-year-old and getting a couple of pages in between playing with her. So I'm excited to read this over the summer. This TBR is looking up. It is looking up. So that is our 1, 2, 3, 4th pick. So we have 2 more, only 2 more. This is going by very quickly, very quickly. I forgot how fun this is. These videos, TBR jar videos, are my favorite to film, and they are also my favorite to watch. I love them so much. I can't tell you why. They're just so satisfying. Like, they scratch an itch in my brain to film them and to watch them. Okay, so 2 more. Okay, the 5th prompt says, a book with real people on the cover. Okay, so I don't know off the top of my head, so I'm gonna have to go through these really quickly. I know some of them don't. I think those are cartoon people. That's hard to tell. Oh, what about this one? I have been wanting to read this so bad. I feel like it's not a good summer read because I've heard that it's really emotional. So it's definitely not light and fluffy, but I do know that it is on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll be able to read it on my Kindle. And also, I have the 2nd one already, and I think the 3rd one just came out. But I have heard nothing but good things about this series. And so I think that I am going to go with this one because I also think it's the only one that I have with a real person on the cover. So I don't really think I have a choice, but I'm excited about it nonetheless. So love that for me. Yeah, that's the only one that I have with real people on the cover. So we are adding Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan to the June TBR. This is a very random TBR. Like, I don't know what I expected, but this is not what I expected, which is kind of fun. So, okay, last one, number 6. There are so many in here that are just stuck together, which is so annoying. Hold on. Okay. Last one says, shortest book. Love that for me. Love that for me. I'm traveling a lot in June and July, so I love me a short book to bring with me. Okay, so let's see what the shortest book is. I think it's gonna be a romance. Like this one definitely looks like it's pretty short, which I would love to read this actually before this one comes out. Or before I read this one. I won't finish it before this one comes out, but let's see. Oh wait, I didn't even see this book over here. Is there a real person on this cover? There are real people on this cover as well. So I could have chosen this one, but I'm already committed to Before I Let Go. I couldn't see it because it was tucked behind Quicksilver, so I need to pull that one up. Okay, what is it again? Shortest book. It might be, this one looks short too. This one looks kind of short too. So I'll look at all the page numbers in just a second. I only have chunkers on the back. There's nothing short on the back. So I'll check these out and then I'll check these. I know this one's gonna be long. I feel like all of the books in this series are long. So let's see, Someday Maybe. This book is Lauren Graham's fiction book. And so this one is 340. Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young is, I think this one's gonna be a little bit shorter than that one. Barely. This is a tight race, y'all. This one is, wow, I cannot flip the pages. Am I okay? Do I remember how to read? 337, so barely. And then Same Time Next Summer. Oh, this one's even shorter. It's only 200 and something. Yay, okay, I'm very excited, but just to do my due diligence, I'm going to check these two on Goodreads, see how many pages are in them, and then we will make our final choice. So let's see here. Sounds Like Love. Hopefully the page counts are on Goodreads since they're not released yet, but I feel like they will be. Sounds Like Love. Okay, it doesn't have the page count, so I do not know. Maybe if I just Google it. Okay, Google has the answer and it says 384. So that one is out, and then I'll look this one up, but I know that it's gonna be so many pages. How many pages are in Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh? Oh my gosh, you guys, this one has 768 pages. Yikes. Also, I haven't heard anyone talking about this coming out, and I feel like people love this series, so I'm shocked. I randomly saw it on Amazon as like, hey, do you want to pre-order this? And I was like, wait, what? Anyway, okay, let's check this one. How many pages in It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan? 368. So this one is by far the shortest book, and so it is going to be the 6th book on our June TBR. We put these guys back on the cart. Put our little lid back on the jar so it's ready for July. So let's do a little recap. So we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. We have Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Okay, I'm excited for these ones. We have Story of My Life by Lucy Score. We have Fearless by Lauren Roberts. And then we have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So I'm excited for 4 of these, and then Fearless and Pride and Prejudice I'm kind of like meh about. So 4 out of 6 to be excited about. I feel like that's not bad. But I will say, even though I'm not like so excited to read these, I am very excited to get them the heck off my TBR cart. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while we chose my June TBR. I'm so excited to be back here on YouTube hanging out with you guys. I love you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope you have the best day ever.